But you know, another alternative use case I kind of see of Litecoin and the Lightning Network combined with atomic swaps is that I kind of see Litecoin as the on-ramp. Like you can get onto the Lightning Network cheaper than with Bitcoin. So instead of paying a $2 fee to get onto the Lightning Network, you can use a 20-cent fee to get on the Lightning Network, swap it with Bitcoin, and use that Bitcoin to pay other expenditures if you want to buy something. Do you feel like that's a possibility or a use case with atomic swaps?
Well, so one thing to really keep in mind about these swaps is that you are still limited by the capacity limits. So you can swap, and it sounds cool, but you can only swap within the size of the channels that you made. So like if you just use Litecoin and you have no Bitcoin at all, you have no Bitcoin channels, you can't really swap for Bitcoin because you have no Bitcoin channel. So, you know, I think it will be very interesting, like at the levels below the channel capacity. So like, let's say you're like, I love Litecoin. I want to stay at 5% in Litecoin in fiat value. And I want to have like 5% of Bitcoin value. And, you know, I have various holdings, but I just want to I want to keep this target here. I have like a floating pool. So you can actually you can write some code to just automatically balance that out on the network by moving them in and out. But what you can't do is you can't say like, I have this much Litecoin and I want to have a lot more and I want to do a swap to get a lot more. In that case, you need to go off the chain, or, you know, you have to go back onto the chain because you've run out of channel capacity. So, you know, you kind of still have to keep the channel capacity in mind. But I definitely think that, like, you know, that there are other possibilities that are interesting for Litecoin, even if they are not off chain. So for one example is, let's say I have a bunch of Bitcoin channels, and in the current Lightning implementations, when you make a new Bitcoin channel, all of the capacity is on your side. So that means that other people can't pay you. You can only pay to them. That's how Lightning works, because otherwise, if you went to people and said, let's make a channel, and then had them commit funds going towards you, you could exhaust everybody's funds. So the current way that it's set up, in the future, they'll have some solutions for dealing with this. But right now, there's not. There's only the situation where you create a channel and the capacity is out. So you can spend on the store, but the store can't just pre-create channels with capacity inbound. So that's one thing that I'm working on, is this swaps idea. And the swap idea is, let's say I'm a new store and I want to run my Bitcoin node. Well, I'm going to start my Bitcoin node and I'm going to create a new channel, and I'm going to create a channel to a bunch of very highly connected people. But I still have a problem. I can pay other people, but when people come into my store, they can't pay me. So they can make a new channel with me, and so that will work itself out over time. But there's a problem where where this channel capacity might be, you might find yourself in a situation where it's just on a side that you don't like it being. So that's something interesting that I'm working on, which is the swaps idea. So you could set up a swap where I'm going to pay you Bitcoin, and we're going to move all the capacity in my channel over to your side. But I don't want to just pay you a bunch of Bitcoins and then have you have them. I want to get the money back. But you can't really easily send me the money back because you don't have the channel with me. So instead, what you could do is you could actually do a Litecoin transaction that sends the money back to me. And the Litecoin transaction would be pretty cheap because, as you said, like, it's cheaper maybe because there's more volume and there's less, less traffic. So you open this channel, you push all of the Bitcoin to the other side of the channel, then the person on the other side sends you back Litecoin. So you get your money back, so you're still in an even situation. And the really interesting thing about the swaps is you can do that atomically. So you don't need to trust that person. You can say, if you don't send me the Litecoin back, well, then the coins on the off-chain don't move. So this could be a way to help, Litecoin could be a way to help balance the network out in case that the fees on Bitcoin are too high to help balance them in that direction.
I love that. That's really exciting. So it's like change. Litecoin is basically acting like change in that case, right? Like if I have $100 bill, I go to a store and I need some change back. Litecoin would be like the 20s or the 30s or $50 bills that you give me.
I
That's
think
exciting.
that's one possible use case. You know, I really think this is like a thing that's going to have to play out in the market. And you know, talking to Litecoin or Lightning Network developers, I don't think anybody knows for sure exactly how the capacities will work or how the fees will play out. This is something that, you know, is going to be a highly dynamic marketplace where people are setting up nodes to do trades, and people are, you know, setting up nodes to be new stores. So this is going to be something where, you know, there's a lot of opportunity for people to get involved, and the rates and things like that are just going to kind of play themselves out.